Welcome to part 3 of the Nordic Longhouse tutorial. Let's pick up right where we left off. Okay, so last time we had just finished putting on the set of transverse rafter beams up there, so let's go on to the next phase. Let's start here above the entrance door, like we've been doing, and take a good close look at the exterior, marking our center line. And then we will build the roof tiles first, and then do the details behind that. Alright, we've got some trapdoors here on both sides of the top beam here. Just a little decoration at the top of our roof. Nothing too fancy, but we still want to do just a little carved detail. Alright, so let's mark the center line along the long axis of the building here. We already have the little floor here for our little entrance vestibule. Up here to the level, we have the stairs that are going to take us up to the roost. And so just straight along the center line, we want to lay down a transverse beam just all the way across and build the corresponding room on the other side there. Let's just take a quick top-down view here. See where we're at. And then let's zoom back down in here. So once we build this little room here, leaving a little space for our ladder to come up from below, we want to put in our stairs, 3 blocks on either side, and then we want to run the beams off of that. We have 3 blocks of space and a beam, and 3 blocks of space and a beam going this way. Now let's take a look at that from the top down. There are some spruce planks here and there. Okay, and that's going to be the midpoint of our building right there. So that's going to be 1/4 of it. And if you remember, we're of course building it 1/4 at a time, at least when in the tutorial here, because all you have to do is take what you've built and build it again over there, and then 2 more times right around here to get the complete structure. It has 2-way symmetry in that respect, so you've seen all you need to see on that phase. Let's move on to the next one. Let's place torch down on the center line. Build the roof on the outside, and then we'll put all the wood behind that on the inside. I think probably the exterior is the most important part of this particular building. Now that we've got the hull done, the insides from this point onwards are going to be a lot more forgiving, because they're just upper levels, and you may want to change the design a little bit from what I have done here. So we want to wrap the trapdoors around like so. And then up here we have a little decorative acroterion up here. I don't suppose that's probably not the right term for a Nordic building. That you wouldn't find acroterion on there, but it is kind of the idea. It's just going to be a little carved decorative finial up here on the roof, as Nordic buildings were wont to have. So here for the little here for the little room, the little entrance vestibule, to take the stairs up to the roost, like so. We're going to do another, well, I think this is actually all the stairs. And this is actually going to be the floor of the roost. So let me just get a little altitude on that to make it more clear what we're doing. You can see we've got the 2 block fillers on this. This is all going to be spruce planks, by the way. I think we're above the level right here where we need to do the slabs. So yeah, so these are all going to be spruce planks. You hear that they're not top slabs. They're all planks, full plank blocks. So let me try and get a good quadrant view of that. In fact, for that, let me place just a little marker here, so we can see where the center line, where both center lines of the building collide with each other. So let me get a closer view of what's going to be that quadrant. And then closer view in here. We've got a couple of empty rafter spaces over there. And then over here, we're of course extending up our ladder to take us up to the roost. And here we of course have some more rafters, some upside down spruce stairs there, 4 of those. All right, so that's all I can talk about for that phase. Let's go on to the next one. Still building the overhanging eaves over one of our entrance doors down there. And we've got full blocks of spruce right there. And here I left a couple of torches because we've got a little nook and cranny right there to build out. And then, of course, here we have the top dormers on the roof. With their associated windows. And then we have a little bit of detail out here for this carved decorative figure. We have here a couple of trapdoors there to denote kind of a head there. Well, you know, Minecraft, this is as good as we can do for that. After all, this is Nordic medieval, so we don't want to get too intricate and fancy. We want it to be nice, but we don't want to try and shove too much detail into it. Otherwise, we would lose that rusticated feel that we're after. Alright, so from here on out, you can see every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks we want to skip and place a beam, or a bark block there for a support. And here where the ladders are, the carpet is, that is going to be the center point where both the center lines intersect. So of course you want to do that all the way down the center axis of the building. Let's come back over here, take a look at the interior walls. We have these little side rooms off from the roost. If you remember, this would be a good place, you know, if you wanted to put down a bed or something. Right there, that'd be a good place for a bedroom. And here we have a little entrance, smaller entrance vestibule from our ladder. Left a couple of torches there so you can see we've got a gap. And that's the main entrance up here into the roost. All right, next phase. Come back over here. A couple torches on the center line. And then this roof, as you can see, it's nearing its completion. Up here for this top section. And we've got a whole bunch more roof to go after that. And you can go ahead and put in a door, spruce door right there if you want to as well. Not strictly necessary though. Then just a straight beam across here, and here's the long axis center line right there. And let's back up over here and take a look at what's going to be the finishing details for this here. Was there I think there might have been a trapdoor missing on that previous. Well, anyway, you need 3 trapdoors right there on the last phase. And to finish this off, we want to do just a block here and a block there for the wingtips of whatever this thing is. I don't know, some sort of carved Valkyrie or something. Maybe It's not technically a gargoyle. That's more Gothic than Nordic. So here inside our little entrance vestibule down here with the stairs, we want to put a couple of upside down stairs there. And we probably, looks like I missed a block. We probably want to put a plank block in both of those corners, I think, to fill that out. Here we want to extend up these pillars right there, all along the center axis. Extend up your ladders on both sides, or just one side if you prefer. Over here, the detail for the little side room. This little nook here where you can cram in some chests there if you want. Some storage. And the little really small entrance vestibule with that door I talked about earlier. All right, let's go on to the next phase. We're going to finish this building today, by the way. So we've got torches on the center line. Let's take a look now. We're just extending up this roof section pretty much. Right there. Some more detailing over here. We've got a little roof valley over here in between the three top dormers we have on the side roof. On the side of the roof. A couple of beams there. More wood and roof tiles over here in this section. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, we finished that off. So now for the rest of the video, we're only concentrating on the main top roof section. So torches on the main center line. We got a couple of window vents up here at the top. Just remember we've got the warm fire down below, so all that hot air would find its way. You see the floor down there. That hot air would find its way up here, help heat these sections, and we really need to have some vents up here to let all that out, so it doesn't get too hot. We want to have some nice airflow. We don't want it to be stuffy and filled with smoke and everything. Because remember, this is Nordic times. This is before the invention of the chimney. By the way, that's why we don't have one in this building. Couple of upside down stairs there. And over here, we've got a couple of trapdoors there for the side room and for these little alcoves. Not a whole lot of room in this, so just a little space for some chests. Or, an inner chest or an anvil or some suits of armor. Like the decorations I talked about in part 1, you can put some more of that stuff up here if you prefer. Or you can decorate out all the little side rooms that we built on the lower levels as well. And we've got just a straight beam across the center line there. And then we can move on to the next phase. Easy phase here. Torches right on the center line and then run a beam straight across all the way back to the top of that door right there. Then let's look at the detailing for the little roof valley in between the dormers here, just like so. This is, I think I said, this is one of the more complicated roofs I've done on a structure. So just take your time, go slow, and just at least get the exterior right. The interior is really forgiving on this. As long as you get, the edges of the roof and the roof tiles in the right place. The rest of it, is open to interpretation. Like if you changed it, I probably wouldn't notice if I came and looked at the building myself that you made. And indeed, I like to have structural elements into my building. That's why we have the posts running down the center line here. But I should remark, these aren't, well, the one with the ladder is necessary. But these in here aren't strictly necessary. Exactly. Like those posts there. If you wanted to open the space up a bit more, you could remove those two posts on either side of the ladder and make the building a bit more open plan. But you know, this is Nordic time, so it's way before open plan design. So here we have these little wooden carved arches. Well, you know, Minecraft. This is as good of a 3-block wooden carved arch as we can get, with a couple of stairs and trapdoors. I really like it though. It's useful if you want like a smaller, intimate space. It was just squeezing out just a little bit more detail here and there. Like I said, we don't want to overload the building with detail, but we want to add it just in the right spots. All right, couple of upside down stairs there, and that's all there is to see on that phase. Let's scurry on over to the next one. Drop a couple of torches there. You know, this roof is almost finished here because we're putting on trapdoors on the sides now. Like so, along the oak beam there. Couple of more upside down stairs there, and then just a cross beam right there. And here now we're putting on trapdoors on all 4 sides of those. 2 sides of that because we got the ladder. Upside down stairs in there. And then did I do this backwards? Did I start going that way? And well, we better take a look at the roof tiles then. After doing slice after slice, I will sometimes forget where I'm at. Well, let's take a look at it again. This doesn't look familiar, so I think I did skip straight over this, didn't I? But on the rare occasion that happens, we are going 1 slice at a time, so you can always see the previous slice below the one we're currently building. So let's go on to the next phase here. So torch on our center line here. Of course, we're building another one, that thing down there, the carved Valkyrie. Well, you know, Minecraft. It's as carved as we can get with a couple of blocks. This is just a suggestion of detail right here. We're building another one of those. Behind that, we're putting on the spruce trap doors every other block. 5 of those. Now let's take a look at the exterior first, and then the interior. Try not to break our pattern. And as we are getting higher and higher up in the building, we're going to have less and less to build, so it's going to go pretty quick towards the end, especially once we get the roof on the roost here. All right, so let's just skip the middle section for a moment. Take a look at this from below. We've got a number of upside down stairs here, right there. And then let's take a look at this from the top, and then we'll drop down and take a look at it from below. Oh, yes, we're going the slow way. So every 2 blocks, we've got a upside down stair right here. You can see, and along the middle, we've got some stairs here. We're going to have some more arches going down the middle there. That's really why I put these in. I wanted to squeeze just a little bit more decoration down the inside of the building. Let's go on to the next phase here. Just a couple of blocks. We're putting on here 3 blocks there, and then 2 blocks for the carved wingtips. Back over here, let's now start marking the center line right there on the central dormer. Remember, we got 3 of those little projections on either side of the building. We're just stacking and nesting and clipping roof sections into each other to get the complicated pattern. But it looks really good from a distance, even though up close you can hardly tell what it is. But once you can stand back and admire your work, I think it'll look really nice. We got a couple of extra fence posts up here now, along the center line. We've also got some upside down stairs. We'll take a look at that from the bottom in a moment. Let's just take a look at it from along the center line right here. Now we get to the ladder. Let's take a look at this here. You can see we're just putting in every 2 blocks an upside down spruce stair. It's like so. Let's drop down, go back to our ladder and take a look at that from below. Just like that there. Back over here and back into this room here. Got kind of a jumble of stairs coming together. And then down the center of the building, we've got a suggestion of some more arches done right there. A lot of upside down stairs and then just a central half slab for each one of those. Once you do one of those, all the others along the center axis are the same. All right, so here the decorative carved Valkyrie at the top, we want to put on the 3 trap doors there, 2 blocks, and 2 blocks on the wingtips right there. That's going to be that finish, so let's continue on with the final section of the roof of the building. We could probably say that we're in the home stretch now. We've come quite a ways on this building. So here's the detailing here for the roof dormer. Starting to cap everything off. The valley between that and this one over here is exactly the same as what we put up over here, and exactly the same down there. And of course the other 3 over there are the same as well. All right, and then we want to cap all that off with some spruce beams, some transverse beams laid out in this pattern here. And here we are, marked down the double center point of the building right there, where all the center lines collide. Just get a nice top-down view of that. And I don't remember if those are half slabs or... Yes, okay. All of those are going to be half slabs, and that's going to be the ceiling for the roost. And that's going to be your entire roost up here finished, ready for you to move in if you want to. And yeah, all these spruce blocks here, these are top half slabs, not full plank blocks. All right, so let's continue moving right along to the next phase. Let's start right here again. Just laying down some wood on this phase is mostly what this is going to turn out to be. Some wood there for that section. A couple of roof tiles back here though. And even more roof tiles over here. All right, interior of this really top small attic space. I placed these beams here in 2 block intervals, just enough for if you wanted to place a couple of chests along here for some attic storage. You can do that as well to try and make the top sections as useful as we can. I tried to squeeze every block of useful space I could out of the building, at least as we approach the topmost levels. Some of the middle sections may have had too many blocks, but we got this little top vestibule room here above your ladder, right there, and that's all there's to see. So we're going to start going quicker and quicker. So here, right along the center line, we can see we're placing down some wood and a couple of trapdoors. 6 in total, right there. For at least for the center one. We're going to have 4 over here. And now moving inside, just some simple detailing up here. And there's our ladder coming up from below, so that's all there is for that one. Let's move on to the next one. So here, we're kind of losing track of our center line. We have these top little cross members at the top, just decorative Viking finials. There's probably a term for it, but I don't know what it is. As far as building terms, most of my knowledge is Roman, so you know. But someone in the comments later on may know what it's called. You want to check those out. So down here we've got a couple of top trap doors there, and then we get a lot of fences across here for all that venting I talked about, because we're going to have a lot of hot air coming up through the ladder access there, so we want to let that out the top of the building, and we want to have the vents up here to do that with. Also, all of the cold, frigid Nordic air that's blowing across the top of the roof will create some suction and draw out the top and draw out the hot air through these vents in that way. That's why on the top of your house, you probably have some sort of venting apparatus. Well, depending on the house, anyway. All right, just wood straight along the center line here. A couple of upside down stairs right here for some detailing. Otherwise, that's all there's to see for that phase. Let us now move on to the next one. So I'm pretty sure that we just wanted to have 2 blocks on either side right there at 45-degree angles for these little cross-top decorative finials. We want to have 3 of those on either side, and I think that's going to finish that off. And we're now only focusing on the top ridge now of the roof. All right, back over here, a couple of trap doors there. I just placed them where they were visible. Along the center line here. And, looks like, I wonder if I intended to leave that gap there or not. Well, if you have some extra spruce bark blocks, it might be worth plugging that up if you want to. It's not particularly important. It is crammed back here in the roof. Nobody will see it, but you know. A couple of full spruce plank blocks there, 4 of those along the center line, and that's it. Let's move on to the next phase here. As I said, we finished off all of that section, so we're now only focusing on the topmost ridge of the roof. We've got this one last little room to build, and then a little attic section above that, and then we're going to be done. So a couple of oak blocks there, and then spruce everywhere else, and some more roof tiles right along here. Another cross decoration there at the end. And for the interior room, we just got one cross beam going right there. Then there's just this little nook and cranny back here for if you want to have some more long-term chest storage of things you want to keep but you don't use really often. You can put that up there. As I know in Minecraft, I'm a bit of a pack rat. I just save absolutely everything. Chests are pretty cheap to make, so there's no reason to throw anything away, really. Because you never know, one day you might need a dozen stacks of daisies. All right, along here. And out here we have a couple more blocks on either end there. And I think that is going to finish that one off. And just quickly along the center line here. Right there. And I think that those are going to be top half slabs as well for the spruce. Yeah. For the spruce plank blocks there. To fill that in. And then that's going to be building the final floor in the building. Let's go over here. We are really in the home stretch now. Putting on the very last of the topmost roof that we're building now. And then just a beam right across the ridge like so. And then you can put in these extra doors here because, like I said, this is it'll take a little finesse to do it. But you know, if you can manage to land on any of these 3 top blocks here with your elytra, then you can go inside here, and this would be your sky access to the roost and the rest of the building. All right, next phase here. Trapdoors all along the ridge right there. And that's all there is to take a look at. I'm going to be finished in a couple of minutes. At least I will be finished. So here, detailing for the topmost roof tiles, just like so. Trapdoors along the center. And up here, if memory serves, I think we're going to be building another full one of those. Maybe we're not. I don't remember if I did that on the top or not. In fact, I don't think I did. Well, we'll see. I know I went back and forth on that, deciding. So here, final detailing. Well, you know, getting close to final detailing for the roof tiles at the top here. Not a whole lot to take a look at. We just got the full spruce blocks behind that. And then, okay, yeah. So that's gonna finish off this end detailing right here. 2 blocks there. And there we are. All right, next section here. Straight along the center line right there. A couple of roof tiles. And some bark blocks there. All right, next phase again. Where's the center? Right there. Not a whole lot left to build. And then just straight along the ridge, we want to have a beam going right across there. And then finishing up over here. On both ends of that. Then we want to have, of course, our every other block trapdoors. Just like so. And then down here, we want to put, of course, the trapdoors on the top of those. And the last thing we have to build here are the decorative carved Valkyries here at the top. I believe that, yeah. We're going to have one last set of carved Valkyries on either end of the topmost roof section. So they're going to be exactly the same pattern as we built before. So all I did was just copy and paste those and stick them up here. Just like so. That was the penultimate phase. So the last thing we want to do is place block here, block there for the wingtips on either end, just like so. And now once you have done that, your very complicated roofed Nordic Longhouse will be complete.